This woman here says, I'm 36 going through a divorce and learning that I'm really the problem. My therapist clapped when I said that out loud. I love her, but really hate her right now. Of course you do, because modern women hate to be held accountable. They think that because they're getting the divorce, your friends have probably told you that it's his fault. He's the bum. Oh, well, we've been there. We've seen everything. Your parents, to some degree, maybe I probably try to tell you, even though they love you, oh, well, baby, I'd probably, yeah, he wasn't a good person, but, maybe you should work on X, Y, and Z. Oh, no, man. And then you start kicking up. And so they leave it alone. They back off because they don't want to lose you. Maybe you have children. They don't want to, they don't want to lose access to the grandkids. So they back up. You go in there, you try to counsel with pastor, first lady. They trying to tell you, well, you know what? I don't need this negativity. I'm going to another church. I ain't paying my tithes here no more. But now then you go and you pay for a therapist, and the therapist clap and say, well, that's what I've been. The therapist is professional, and they guide you through till you realize what pastor and first lady been telling you. You realize what mama and daddy been trying to tell you gently. Till you realize what your friends been avoiding telling you, what your friends been hyping you up and straight up lying to your face. At some point in time, accountability matters. And so here you've got 10 signs a woman couldn't keep a good man even if she had one. And the number one sign is, or the first one is, you confuse disrespect with honesty, like snapping or raising your voice and calling it, that's just how I talk. Number two, you speak to men in ways you would never accept back, like belittling him during arguments, but crying if he matches your tone. I've heard women get on this app and say, if my man spoke to me the way I spoke to him, I would be in puddles. Number three, you expect patience while showing hostility, like wanting calm responses while you're sarcastic or dismissive. Number four, you want him to lead, but question every decision, like undermining him and then blaming him when nothing moves forward. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Oh, well, I want a man to take charge and I want him to lead. But then all of a sudden, ooh, you think that we should go that way? Ooh, you think that's safe to do? I don't know. Maybe we should ask somebody else. Maybe we should ask like an expert. I don't know if you know all that. Babe, I love you, but your education is not enough. You're not. Number five, you lose attraction to stability, like calling a consistent man boring because he doesn't create emotional highs. So basically, he's not artificial. He's not artificially creating a dopamine hit for you. Number six, you focus more on what's missing than what's given. Like ignoring effort, but magnifying small mistakes. So y'all not focused on what he's actually doing right. You're always focused on what he missed, what he's doing wrong. Number seven is you want emotional safety, but uses vulnerability against him later, like throwing insecurities back during fights. A lot of modern women do that. They do that. They don't have the emotional maturity and the emotional intelligence like they say they do to dissect, to first of all absorb and then break down and dissect his feelings. Number eight, you test boundaries instead of respecting them, like pushing limits to see just how much he'll tolerate. Once again, no respect, not reading the room, not even caring what the room is saying. You just doing what you want to do. You acting how you want to act because that's what you feel like doing. Looks like they actually had more than 10, but let's go with number nine. You expect him to pay for damage he didn't cause, like punishing him for what past men did. Yeah, that's a good one. And the last one, you want provision without cooperation, like expecting support while refusing to compromise or be held accountable. I think this is one of the biggest ones. Accountability, not wanting to compromise. That gets a lot of modern women in trouble. They don't want to do anything for the man. They don't want the man to say anything to them. They want to go out there to the club, to the bars, to work, on the street, in the coffee shop, at amusement parks, on cruises, and talk their stuff to a man in a man's face. There was one woman saying, "Oh, well, why don't black men protect black women anymore?" Do y'all be talking reckless? It's not a black or white thing. It's a modern, a Western ideology thing. Are you talking crazy? Maybe that's why he's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting myself in harm's way. Think about if I have a kid. We get married. We have children. I got the kid. My parents got the kids. I do all the stuff to set my life up so I can enjoy my life, and you come in and ruin it with your bad attitude. Well, how would you feel if it were me? And I come up there and you said, man, I want to feel safe and secure. So I don't want you going out there blowing all that money gambling. I don't want you going out there to the bars and drinking all our money away. Drinking our bill money. Drinking our mortgage money. Drinking the kids' daycare money. School money. For the future. I don't want you drinking all that away. I don't want you going out there and buying drugs and all that stuff. And that man keep on doing that. I gotta leave you now. You just ruined our future. You show no respect for our future and what we gonna need. And then when I tell you, hey, this is what you, oh, Susan, get out of my face. That ain't me. But you do the exact same thing when a man is like, hey, man, you're making it hard for us to move past. I don't want somebody. I might walk into a situation where I'm trying to defend you and protect you. And I don't know. I got to rush in there because of your cries and your screams. And I got to look at the first target. But I might go for the first target and there's multiple targets on the side, behind me. And so while I'm taking care of, oh yeah, I'm really doing what I'm supposed to be doing on this first target, that second target comes up behind me and hits me in the head with a little toy. Knocks me clean out with the steel. Then what? Them boys may or may not stop. You sitting over here hollering, oh, stop it. Security might come over, but they might get over too late. Boys and fool around and hit me multiple times with the steel. I'm not going to say the term, but basically hit me multiple times in my face with steel, put me in a coma. Cause you act, oh please, oh can we get a GoFundMe to cover his expenses? He's defending me, and these men, they were so bad. It don't matter. The men might go to jail, sure, but I'm still in a coma because you wouldn't be quiet. Because you decided your anger, you decided you going out and popping off at the mouth was more important than staying in where you're supposed to. And I get that you want to have fun, but you decided that popping off at the mouth, shaking your behind on other men when you got a family was more important. And then when I tried to tell you, stop doing that, there was no compromise. I'm not going to stop shaking my behind. I'm not going to stop going out. Okay, well, maybe you don't have to stop going out, but just go have a drink or two. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't wear that. Come on back to the house at a certain time. At a time that makes sense. You got kids. I understand you want to get out the house. I understand you feeling cooped up and you going crazy, holding on to these kids and taking care of these kids, and these kids are hollering and screaming all day long. I get that. So go out and have fun with your girls. But you go out and you're irresponsible. There ain't no compromise. I'm going to wear the most skimpiest thing in my closet, which I shouldn't even have. And then when I get out there and cause trouble and held accountable for my trouble, I denied it and I decline it. Absolutely not. There ain't no way there's no reason to be with a woman like that.
That's not what, no, can I finish?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, sorry. So you interrupted, so I didn't get to finish.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. Freedom has become a pressure. There's become a societal pressure to be free. Mostly the term hookup culture is used between 15 and 30. So you're correct in saying a 32-year-old woman should have the right to have sex with whoever the hell she wants to have sex with. And I'm right there with you. She should have choice, whatever. But young women, young men who are developing, emotionally, mentally.
Should not have the right.
No, that's
They
not
shouldn't
what.
have the right.
Can I finish?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, sorry. So you interrupted, so I didn't get to finish.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. So they're more vulnerable. They are more vulnerable emotionally to what the hookup culture does to them. There's a lot of research to say that it causes loneliness, depression, anxiety, tons of regret, embarrassment, shame, self-esteem issues. Freedom can become its own prison. Have we created a society which pressures young women in its own way to be promiscuous, to have lots of experiences, and it's not all it's cracked up to be for them. It really isn't. In terms of their mental health, 9 to 25, really 27 in young men, is the second critical period of brain development, where they are very susceptible to their relational experiences and their environment. And so in that period of development, which is mostly what we use the term hookup culture for, that's a very vulnerable brain. And so we have created a culture that confuses that brain, that offers too many choices, that pressures them into having multiple partners and many experiences, and leaves them feeling empty and lonely.
Basically, what she's saying is you can have fun at a trampoline park. Go play. For our kids, go play. Do your thing. This is a relatively safe and controlled environment. This is an environment curated for kids, for young people. Have fun. We can let you be free. But in an environment that has been curated for adults, that adults kind of, it's a little bit more free market, then we need to keep the reins a little bit tighter. Think about when your child watches TV. You have parental controls. When your child goes on the internet, you have parental controls. Instagram, maybe TikTok, I think Facebook, I don't know about X, I can't remember, has parental controls. And they preach, hey, if you want your kid to have this much screen time, hey, if you want your kid to not watch this movie, I think I was on HBO Max the other day, and they said when I was setting up a profile, is this for a teenager? Is this for a kid? Netflix does the same thing. We realize that we have some things on our platform that are not appropriate for children. So when they get to a certain point to where their brain is a little bit more developed, then yes, you can make your own decisions on your own a little bit better. But right now, when we're releasing these young people, when we're releasing them to the world, you got to navigate them, help them navigate. Just because you send your kid off to college, you can't baby them, but you also don't just like let them go out there and like just do anything. You give them a little bit of guidance. I mean, honestly and truly, if you're a parent, you kind of know that you're going to be parenting your children for the rest of their lives as long as you're on this earth. You think that they're going to break away, but they're going to call and they're going to be like, hey, what is this? Can I have a little advice on that? Or just call out the blue to talk, quote unquote. But they really want to talk about what they need help on, what they need advice on. So basically what she's saying is protect your kids. I don't know why that's so controversial.
I definitely feel a lot better that I have Danny's dad's blessing, but I've worked really hard for a lot of years to build my company, build my assets. And I mean, I have to protect it. Right. So now that it's getting closer to the finish line of us actually making a decision to get married, there's a couple things that we need to discuss before we can move forward. All right, babe, there's something else that we have to talk about.
What?
You're going to have to sign a prenup, right?
Where's that coming from?
What do you mean?
I mean, it's something that has to be discussed.
We're not even engaged, and he's thinking about a prenup. I am shocked. Why are you thinking about prenups right now?
It just makes it easier for me to get into the mindset of, hey, this is going to happen.
So for you to be able to ease into the conversation of marriage, you want to make sure that a prenup is in place.
Yes.
Not rocket science.
Okay, do you understand that that's kind of...
But it would make me feel better. There's never a good time to talk about it.
Before you waste your money on a ring, you talk about prenup. So if you're not in agreement with it, then don't waste your money on a ring. Where's this coming from? Did you help him build his...
How do fathers end up homeless?
Bad moms with evil attorneys on the other side trying to extract as much money as they can from them. They cut them out of the house with a domestic violence restraining order. They kick them out. And then they take all the money from the bank account. And then they make the dads go through supervised visitation at $100 to $200 an hour to see their kids. And anger management classes at $50 a class. And co-parenting classes at $50 a class. And parenting classes at $50 a class. And, oh, you've got to pay for her lawyer, the guy that's just destroying your life, or the woman that's destroying your life, and probably going to do something to try and destroy your career. And then when that's done, we're going to take your kids away from you because you're just a bad person who doesn't have enough money to provide for the kids. So that's how dads end up homeless. It's pretty sad. And if you want to learn about how to fight that stuff, come check us out in the VIP program at dadslawschool.com. Link is in the bio. If you want more time with your kids, join our VIP program today.
You really cannot win these days. Here's a video of a white woman complimenting a group of black women, and then they post her online and accuse her of a racist microaggression.
You ladies look so lovely. Oh, appreciate it. Thank you. You like some flowers?
After complimenting them and saying that they all look lovely, she says, I didn't know that we could get some flowers because all of the ladies have flowers. To which she wrote in her TikTok, we had something she thought we didn't deserve? What? The white woman then walks away reiterating, you look lovely, which is just insane. You can be the nicest white person ever these days and you're still going to be accused of being racist. These people know no bounds. And to the lady that posted that video, not everything is a microaggression. You just hate white people.
Do you believe in guy friends?
I do have guy friends, yes.
Go ahead, pop my balloon.
Why?
Ain't no such thing as a guy friend. Ain't no such thing. If you have a guy friend, it's only because you haven't gave him access and you really got men on the back burner. Let me tell y'all something. I'm about to game y'all up about our beautiful women. Women so cold that they'll tell you the truth and still be telling you a lie. They'll introduce you to the guy they're going to cheat on you with.
I'm a licensed cosmetologist, barber, loctician, braider. So I have a lot of clients that I've built relationships with. Some of them have wives.
Cool.
Some of them I do consider friends. So I don't agree with that.
Let me ask you something. What's the cutoff time they can text you?
My clients I have a 24-hour access business, so I charge additional fees. So
if I was your man, could I have access to the way they contact you so they can contact us?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they your friends or are they your business partners? Are they like basically colleagues? What would be a colleague at work? Is that what's going on here? Are you actually hanging out with these people? Are you actually networking with these people versus, hey, let's, go on a trip together, or hey, come on and hang out. If I'm hosting you at an event or a place, it's for business purposes. How did we meet? I think maybe that might be a question that you need to ask, because I know, if you do hair and stuff like that, you're probably going to meet some dudes in the business, right? But how do you meet them? How do you stay in contact with them? How late do you be talking to them, right? Is it, hey, I got this client that da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, bet, send them my way. Okay, cool. And then it's like a quick ... Or is it like, oh, and well, it depends on how y'all done known each other. How long y'all didn't known each other. Because I know from my barber, she's got multiple people that she knows about their family now. But that's because they've been coming for years to get their hair cut. She started cutting dude's hair, and now she cutting his son's hair. The mom might bring them up there sometime. So I think it really honestly depends. And that's why I'm asking, are they actual friends that you hang out with, or are they like acquaintances? Like, I know these people, I know a little bit about them just by virtue of being around them for a long, long time and just exchanging conversation. Or are we in close quarters together? You know what I mean? Like, are we put ourselves in a position to do things that might be a little bit higher risk of doing, if that makes any sense?
Actually, this Burger King hat girl, she told me that my father doesn't love me. Have any message for her?
I don't project my own morals or my own ideals or ideas on anyone. If your dad is letting you wear a Burger King crown, looking like you might be missing a chromosome or two, I would tell my daughter that was kind of dumb.
You wish your daughter was rocking the Burger King crown, sir. You don't project your own morals or values onto your daughter. I can tell. I mean, I don't see your dad there. Almost convinced that shit's AI.
Find my dad, please let me know.
We're doing a dad reveal. He's the reason I am who I am today. I actually put my dad on Gambling on Rainbet. My dad can actually be in my videos. I watched a few of your videos. Sitting like this every video? Did your dad not even at least teach you to sit with your legs closed? You make your money popping your online. I make my money gambling on Rainbet. Notice how I have my clothes still on? The bop beef continues.
What's the science behind all men thinking the perfect time to romance you is while you're making dinner or doing dishes? Let's look at the comment section. So comment number 1 says, fill me with rage. The second one, obviously she wants to beat him up. And the second one, or the third one, says he wants his mommy. She said, I know we're in a man-hating era right now, but certainly that can't mean that you guys obviously think these insane ideas. When I was looking at the comment section, women are bitter, y'all, and sick in the head. Like, let's keep going. Someone said, I don't like it. It makes me feel like he's trying to manipulate me. Manipulate you into what? Cooking dinner? Okay. This one says emotional manipulation. The other one says control. Oh my God. So I want to talk about this from both ends. How I see this is I personally understand getting overstimulated. I understand being the type of woman that likes to be in the kitchen by myself. I don't like help. I don't want nobody assisting me. I'm okay. I don't need anything. If I need anything, I'll let you know. 9 times out of 10, I'm very used to cooking on my own where I don't need that. I prefer me to be in the kitchen while a man sits down, watches TV, does whatever. I'm not one of those women who says I don't need something and behind my mind, I really do. No, I wholeheartedly do get overstimulated in the kitchen. I don't want to be groped, held, and all that. But where I'm coming from is, why don't you say that? Instead of, getting upset, instead of feeling some type of way, instead of having all this rage blow up and fester in your head, you can easily tell your partner that I love you, I care about you, I love to be held on other aspects. But when I'm cooking, I just want to be in the kitchen. Everybody knows when you're cooking, it's hot in the kitchen, you get overstimulated, you're thinking about timing, how fast you have to have dinner cooked and all that stuff. And I get it. It's a lot, especially to some women. So explain that to your man so that way he understands you better and knows when not to and when to touch you. I also feel like letting women know that this is manipulation and control is the stupidest thing on earth. Because when a man's paying for your dinner, paying for all the rent, and taking care of you, is that manipulation? Is that control? Why don't you pay for your own rent? Why don't you pay for your own things? The way women go and manipulate everything and make the men feel like they're the bad guys, I don't see what's wrong with that. And here's another theory. I know so many men that love when women cook for them. Just like us, we get so attracted to our man when he's building stuff or when he's doing things in the home or maybe when he's working out and we're watching him. That's an attractive trait. You don't think when a man's watching you like cook, he's like, damn, she looks so beautiful, or man, she could really cook. What if he's never had a woman who could cook? What if he's never had a woman that looked as good as you? Sometimes you look at things in such a negative perception and you'll never know how a man really feels about you. This is why I say be careful taking advice from these bitter gargoyles, because you're going to sit there and go, yep, he's manipulating, he's controlling me. And you're going to get mad instead of just communicating that. Hey, babe, I love you, but this is me time. When I bake and I cook, I don't need help. Unless you guys are having cooking days together, I totally get it. But men, practice active listening skills. If your girl tells you, hey, babe, please leave me alone, don't keep bothering her, man, because then when she rages out on you, whose fault is it?
And that's what I like. How come you just don't say that? I mean, you communicate with the internet, and it's a very passive aggressive way to communicate, because you say, ooh, I don't like him doing that. So you immediately go to the internet and you post this type of stuff. But what if that stuff gets back to him and he's scrolling on TikTok or something like that, and he looks, he's like, what? That looks like my wife. Hey, babe, have you seen this? Or he might just be on Instagram on your phone. Hey, babe, let me show you something funny. And then he said, oh, it's on Instagram. Let me pull out your, okay, babe, go get my phone. And you pull out your phone, he pulls out the Instagram, he's pulling it up, and all of a sudden he sees that. He was like, what is this? And all of a sudden y'all have some problems because you posting stupid stuff. You got to start using your brain.
Here's the thing about real men. Real men
Don't lecture me how to be a man when you bend over and show the world your cleavage in almost all your videos. As a married mother of 3, just because your simp spineless husband allows you to pimp yourself out online for attention from random men doesn't mean that's the example of a real man. A real man would not allow you to be posting yours for the entire world to see online. Okay, sweetheart, maybe you should get off the internet and go spend some more time with your kids.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the up.
Remember, she's probably retarded. It's not her fault.
Break up with it, all of a sudden he got a sleeve, a car, and ain't broke no more. Like, was I holding you back or?
100%. Absolutely. No, without a shadow of a doubt.
Look at this beautiful woman in her nice dress, getting it, dancing, singing to the song. Here she go, about to twerk off. Shake them biscuits, shake them biscuits. Damn, she has a huge butt. Pendejo. Oh, she hit him in the mouth. I'm sorry, but I really believe that this was deserved. I don't know what made this kid go right behind her and start dancing and grinding up against her. You don't know this woman from nowhere. I do understand there's going to be a lot of comments of she should conduct herself this way and that way. That doesn't give you the right to go dance on somebody that's not even doing anything with you. Why can't women just be in their own spaces and have fun by themselves? Why does it have to be you guys going and putting yourself in their, area? I'm sure if she wanted to dance with somebody, we can easily go. She seems like she probably has a mouth on her. If she could go and smack the taste out of your mouth, I'm sure she could go up to a guy and ask him, hey, you want to dance with me? She seemed perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with asking. I'm sorry, you're never going to go wrong with, hey, queen. I would wait till she was done doing that and be like, hey, you want to dance? I would have rather done that than went behind her and got socked or smacked in my face. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? She's going to tell you, no, ill, get away from me. I would prefer that than to just smack me in my mouth. I don't think I want to get smacked up in front of everybody else. But again, I do think this is well deserved. You go and touch somebody that you don't know. When they chin check you, what do you expect? And I agree the same way. If a man is to be dancing and a woman goes and gropes him, if he smacks you in your face, I don't agree to put your hands on people, y'all. But we're in a world where people are sick and tired of you guys doing this. How many times do we have to make videos on men leave women alone? Like, if you're going to go up to her in a nice way and have a conversation, I totally get that. There's nothing wrong with it. But I've never in my right mind would have thought that a guy would even do stuff like this. Men, seriously, the guys who do this, not all. What videos have you seen or what women have you spoke to where they say, if I'm twerking, I want a man to come up behind me? I've never heard a woman say this. And I've been around women my whole life. So you let me know which woman said that makes you think that. Tread lightly in these waters. Be more respectful. Be mindful of things that you're doing. I don't know what the hell would make this pendejo go behind her.
Yeah, as a dude, I probably wouldn't touch her. But yeah, you got to learn how to conduct yourself. There is a such thing as what you attract. Once again, I wouldn't touch her because I don't know her. That's not my woman. That's weird. But if I open up a burger shop and I'm advertising burgers, people are going to stop in for a burger. You're advertising promiscuity, flirtation. That's what you're advertising. So why would you think that a man wouldn't come up and do something stupid like that? This is what you're advertising. I mean, you don't see the man coming up to you doing that when you first started.
Look at this beautiful woman in her nice dress, getting it, dancing, singing to the song. Here she go.
I mean, she's sitting down at first doing nothing, but then all of a sudden, oh, let me get up and take it to the next level. You could get up and take it to the next level and then just kind of stand right there in your spot and move from side to side. You didn't have to do that, but you did. Again, he don't need to be putting it. He don't even know if that woman got a boyfriend. That woman might have a man. That woman might be married. But if, and we're just talking about just putting it, we're not talking about how she's acting. We're just talking about what he shouldn't be doing. We just talking about him keeping his hands to himself. Fantastic. But once again, I keep on running into this roadblock. You're going into a situation. You're going into a place where these types of men are hovering around, where these types of men are acting on pure instinct. We can try to lecture somebody all we want to, but these types of people are acting on pure instinct. That's exactly what she's doing, actually. Acting on pure instinct. Oh yeah, I'm about to get it. Instead of saying, well, let me look around and let me see who's doing what and what they got going on. And you know, I would twerk a little bit if I was around my girls, but you know, it seems like, you know, all of these other men are too close. They around, and this is not the place to be acting like that. You know, sometimes behind closed doors, women will, you know, they'll act crazy. You know, we'll get a little loose. Hey, girl, ooh, girl, get it, and then you go out and do whatever you was gonna do, right? We do a little bit. We're not gonna do too much, but we're gonna do a little bit, right? But if you got to read the room. If you're in a situation like this, you don't need to be doing that. You don't need to be doing that. And I understand, once again, he shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have put his hand. But think about if you work on the street, you're working on the corner, or you're working in one of these clubs where you bear all and you like to be free. You know, you like to, you know, be free from money. You're bringing in people that want that experience. You're bringing in people that like to touch, that like to see. Oh, well, you need to learn etiquette, this and that. You're tapping into a primal and instinctual action is what you're tapping into. Essentially, what your dance is turning on. It's signaling to the man, hey, I'm available for any takers. That's just what it is. And we can't sit up here and say, stop touching women when women are saying, I'm available to be touched. That's what this is. That's what you're showing them. Well, I ain't saying it and you shouldn't have the right. I get it. I totally get it. The man needs to have, he definitely needs to have discipline. Definitely. That was wild. That's not your girl, bro. What are you doing? And that's why you got smacked in the face. Because I don't know you, bro. You a stranger. But once again, think about it. You're in the midst of strangers. Don't do that.
Modern women exchange their opportunity outside of marriage, and they often proudly discuss their low body counts. They do this because they believe that their low number means that they're not prostitutes, like some sluts out there. But that's kind of like a murderer denying he's a serial killer because he's only killed like 5 or 6 times. You want a serial killer? Go talk to Stalin or Mao. I'm practically a law-abiding citizen in comparison. And that, of course, is absurd. I doubt the police would be convinced. You're either a murderer because you killed someone, or you're not. And it would be strange and potentially infuriating to talk to someone who has killed repeatedly, but who rejects the appropriate label. All this is to say that there are functionally no ladies left in the contemporary marketplace. According to my research, only 3% of people who get married are virgins, and that percentage includes both men and women. And as I discussed in my episode Body Count, even the absence of penetrative intercourse does not guarantee purity or inexperience. So I would argue that fewer than 1 in 100 women can consider themselves ladies under the old definition, in the sense that they have refused to transact experiences outside of that level of commitment. This means the lady is functionally extinct. She does not exist anymore.
Pay you child support?
I pay him child support.
Custody, is it 50-50?
It is 50-50. When we separated, I was not doing well financially, and I became quite successful after the fact, and so then he came to take his piece of that.
This is why we need abortions.
You think I should have had an abortion so I don't have to pay my ex child support?
I just think in general, like, the world's overpopulated, so I think, like, we need abortions to, like, decrease population
of unwanted pregnancies because, yeah, like, why would you ever pay a man your
It's
money?
actually a lot lower now than it was in the past. There are a lot less people having babies nowadays, and
Thank
the
God.
population is actually
Well,
much
thank
lower
God.
than what it used to be.
Yeah. Thank God. Shout out hookup culture.
All right, ladies. I know a majority of y'all on social media are not like this woman, but on places like TikTok, I keep seeing a lot of women like this in the comment section. She says, shout out to hookup culture. And she's talking about, oh, you know, aborting babies and unwanted pregnancies. But most of the time, these pregnancies aren't unwanted, especially by the woman. But, yeah, this is crazy. I mean, she's talking about the world is overpopulated. Are you dumb? I'm glad another woman on the panel corrected her, because a lot of times when men start opening up their mouth, they're like, misogyny, blah. But yeah, she looks crazy. And this is how a lot of y'all are on social media platforms like TikTok. Y'all literally be talking like this lady. But yeah, she's just appalled at the fact that a woman's paying child support. I tell people all the time that child support is not like gender locked. So if you are doing better as the woman, you absolutely can be in a situation where the dad will file for child support, especially in the 50-50. I'm shocked at how many people don't know that people pay child support in the 50-50. Y'all literally be thinking that every person that paid child support is a deadbeat. That's not how the system works. The system would collapse if that was the case, because a lot of them don't pay, like real deadbeats. Most of the people that are paying support are actually active parents.
But the one thing I see where men are struggling is that they believe that their happiness is going to come from a woman validating them. And they believe that in order to get this, the woman easily has to do the one thing that they are having difficulty for that woman to do. And that is experience this state of reciprocity, where a man does something for the woman and the woman immediately does something back for the man. Well, number one, men are givers naturally. Almost everything we do, we give. Okay, not only through the gift of giving, through the gift of creating life, it comes from the man, the spark of life. We give that to the woman, where the woman is the receiver of that, and she incubates our children, and she nurtures our children and brings them as a gift to us to give back. But that takes time. It's not immediate. That takes a period of almost 10 months to happen. So it's not immediate. We give to her. She takes a while to create in her body and incubate and give life back to us. Also, through the intimate, the act of intimacy. We are the giver. She's the receiver. So we are in the process of giving. But in order to get that from the woman, in order to receive that from the woman, we have to, most of the time, give something. Money, energy, attention, and time. Sometimes we can be who we are. We can be 6'8" the great. Shout out to him. But most of us will never be that. So you must find your way to get access. And most of us have to transact something. Money, energy, attention, and time. We have to give. And what men believe is that women will immediately give back once you're in the spirit of giving. And that's not always the case. And since it's not always the case, that's where men are struggling, because they will find that exception to the rule and want to make that the rule. Okay, so King 6'8" the Great can get into the spirit of never giving, and he can always be in the spirit of receiving, okay, from the woman. That reciprocity is always there. All right, at least that's what we see. But also, they will find a guy that doesn't produce anything, and he's in the spirit of receiving from women, and he wants to make that the rule. And since they want to make the exception the rule, generally, this is what delays his ability to become who he needs to become as a young man maturing into an older man, because he will waste 5, 10, 15 years, maybe 20 years of hard learning to realize his place. That women do not practice reciprocity immediately. And most men expect them to do it. They don't play the game fair.
Have you ever dated with a foreigner?
I have. Recently, I've been seeing this black guy for like the last month. And yeah, so far, I don't know. It's the best experience for as a local to be dating with a foreigner. Yeah.
I was actually gonna ask that. I'm glad you actually like elaborate a little bit and kind of like give us a little bit of context. And once you go black, you never go back.
Yeah.
Right, so okay. What is your take on that phrase?
I think it's true. Yeah. I think I'm more attracted to black guys right now.
Why do you agree to that phrase?
They have the most bubbly personality. Like you can chill with them. They're just different from all of the guys I've dated. Because I've dated foreigners who are Chinese, white guys, Spanish men, and they just top them all.
Listen, man, you heard me? Man, I just want y'all to stop the jealousy. That's what it is for me. It's the jealousy. Because when we hear a chick say she like this or that kind of guy, we be like, hey, go ahead, sis, do what you do. But when they say they like the brothers, man, these balls be in the comments madder than the... You hear me? Lord, they be mad. I just be like, yo, why are you so sensitive about it? I don't know, man. I don't know.
It sounds like you're going through a phase. And later on, when you want to settle down, you're going to have a little bit of an issue with that because of a mindset that we can see on the video like this. Well, right now, she keeps on saying, well, right now, they're nice to me right now. I like it right now. It's a trend for me right now. You don't sound like you really actually like the dude for the dude. You like I like vanilla ice cream now. Ooh, chocolate ice cream is my passion right now. And I might go back to chocolate every so often, but I really like strawberry. I like strawberry now. But I keep on dabbling in chocolate. And I mix chocolate with strawberry. I mix chocolate with vanilla. But I might go to cookies and cream. Who knows? But right now, it's a phase for me. That's what I want to do right now. You get me? You know what I'm saying?
There's people that will tell you this lifestyle ain't normal.
In case the world made you forget, using a phone until it's actually broken and wrecked is normal. Driving a car, the same car, for over a decade is normal. Packing a lunch to work every single day for your 9 to 5 is normal. Reusing gift bags for the holiday season is normal. Wearing clothes, the same hoodie, for many, many years is normal. Saying no to plans you can't afford is normal. Always here to de-influence you. Bye.
There's a large group of people online, whether it's women, whether it's men, it don't matter. They will have you thinking that this lifestyle is broke behavior, broke mentality, all these terms and word salad that's just made up when this is it. Like even growing up, reusing gift bags, dog, from my moms to any chicks that I knew, they were like, yo, just, them things going to trash. Reuse them. You know what I'm saying? Having to buy the new iPhone every year. I've been guilty of it for, a little bit in the past. But the phone I got now, I've had it for a few years. I don't need to get the same one every year, and it is normal. They will have you thinking that lifestyle is just weird, is not the norm, to go out and spend money you don't have, and we have forgotten like the tools and behaviors that have got us here. She's saying the simplest things, but to some people, it'll be like another language because it's normal behavior. There's a huge part of people that still live like this, but the online world, the people that live online, that look online for validation, to influence their life, the TikTok, the shorts, they scroll through TikTok at like 3 seconds a pop and their attention span is damn near zero. These are the people that wouldn't understand something like this. It's a lost art to just be humble and be good and just live within your means. And she hit it right on the head, yo. Good.
They have it. I guess the saying is true. That's why you marry somebody ugly, right? Because they do stuff like that for you. Why don't you get angry?
I can't even imagine the BS this dude has to deal with on a daily basis. It breaks my heart. There's men out here who settle with women like this, man, and it's nothing but stress the rest of their entire lives. And life's gonna go fast, man. That clock's gonna keep ticking regardless of your situation, regardless of your circumstances. And the one verse that changed everything for me a couple years ago, man, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Is your wife gonna be calling you ugly? Is your wife gonna be treating you like crap? Probably not. Is your wife gonna be respecting you? Yeah. I'm not saying you guys aren't gonna argue, but this is not a wife. Everyone argues, everyone has problems, everyone has difficulties, that's just part of life. But your woman is not gonna be treating you like that. Your woman's not gonna be calling you ugly and calling you a whole bunch of names and treating you like dog crap. Stay focused. Build your relationship with God, read your Bible, just dive in on becoming the best person you could be and God will handle the rest. And stay away from women like this, man.
I don't know who need to hear this, But fellas, it's okay not to go back and forth with it, because you a man, you said what you said, and men lead with authority. Don't argue with that today.
My female cousin just did this to me because I said Jasmine Crockett is an idiot. My female cousin, my hard R female Kamala Harris, Jasmine Crockett voting for cousin, did this because I said Jasmine Crockett is an idiot. And then I simply said to her, who do you think, mind you, I used to like Jasmine Crockett because she's black. And then I listened to her and was like, oh, this girl dumb. Like, do you know how much of an idiot you have to be as a black person to grow up in a good household and want to play ghetto for the internet and for people on TV? So then we was arguing, and I'm leaving. I'm on the way out the door. And then try to like scratch me. Like, she came at me like I was a girl that she was fighting. So I tackled her, held her down. You know, I used to wrestle in school. Can't no girl hurt me unless you got a weapon. And both my mama and my auntie right there, she's yelling at them, get him off of me. What are you gonna do? Get him off of me. What are you gonna do? I'm like, you did it, you idiot. So yeah, liberals love talking about how the other side is so bad. But this is what they do when you simply ask them a logical question. And do you know what made her lose her composure so much? Was when I said, who do you think watches Jasmine Crockett more? The person whose job is to be on the internet, or the person who watches them in their free time? She said, you don't think I can watch her? I said, you see, this is what y'all do. I ask you a simple question and you can't answer it. And then she just
turn into the Hulk, female Hulk. All right.
Look at my face. Look at my face. She lucky I ain't some ass man who wants to hit a woman.
But you gotta think about how unstable of a human being that you have to be to attack somebody because he asked you a question that made you feel bad about yourself. Conviction so loud, strong, and wrong, and melting down in the form of blows against a family member over someone that she's never met before, doesn't even know who you are, but willing to crash out for that person for threat of the toppling of her identity through the sister code. Understand, I don't endorse violence at all. I think everybody should be keeping the damn hands to themselves, man or woman. I'm just letting y'all know that there are many men out there that truly believe in equality and will defend themselves by any means necessary. Let's continue.
Because I let her up. Oh, and if you're wondering, you know I called the police. They're on the way right now. But I gave my auntie a heads up. I said, since she's family, I'll give her a head start.
You shouldn't have done that.
I called the law. So she best not be here when the police get here.
You shouldn't have done that.
She probably won't be here when the police get here. But it's going to be a warrant out for her arrest in whatever county I'm in Texas. And I know where you live in Chicago, you stupid. You're going to jail, bitch. Yeah. Weird as hell out here. 35, never had no real boyfriend. And you ain't even fat, you cute, and you in Chicago, the home of the thirstiest around, and nobody wants you?
I got a post here that says, woman finally says yes to boyfriend who proposed 43 times in 7 years. You know, we got this idiot right here proposing to her 43 times in 7 years. I mean, I don't know why he didn't get the picture after the first time, but let's break things down. It says woman finally accepts boyfriend's proposal after he asked 43 times over 7 years. He proposed to her the first time in 2018, just 6 months into their relationship, despite loving him. She just repeatedly turned it down. Like, bro, mind you, bro didn't take no for an answer. Luke continued, right? He did grand gestures. He rented a castle, organized candlelit dinners, planned romantic getaways like horseback riding on Jamaica beaches. It's the 42nd attempt he did this on. This is crazy. To me, honestly, I understand you love a girl so much. You will love somebody, you want to do the world for them, and you don't want to take no for an answer. But I just want to clarify this to all the men out there. This is not no Disney movie, no fairy tale book that you read. Oh, she says no, you got to keep. Nah. The first time you propose to her, and especially if it's a reasonable time, like a year or two in, and she tells you no, especially if your finances are in order, and she tells you no, pack it up. And you want to get married. Pack it up.